So it is something where, I had it right here like it was due something, and then the actual time it was due was a little bit later. Okay, so anything like here, when you're taking a look and you're making one of these, once you get into these pages, you'll be able to edit them. Okay, so if we click on edit there, I just want to show you what this looks like. Okay, this is going to be the same kind of interface whether you're editing a quiz, an assignment prompt, like a page. You can do like actual like web pages with this. Um, you can do like different types of like assignments. Um, you know, there's we'll walk through some of these today, but or during this video series. But as you get more familiar with Canvas, you'll see that there are a lot of things that you can do with this. Okay. And so a lot of them are also through the same features. But anyway, so this is the quiz function, and what you'll find is that you can do an awful lot of quizzes, and different types of quizzes that are kind of cool. Okay, those placement samples that we do for the international students, and we may end up having to do the same thing for traditional students if the placements that we're getting through the SAT, the new SAT non-writing sample scores based on the verbal and basically their verbal and reading comprehension scores. Based upon those scores, we might have to go to those same things with traditional students. But anyway, uh, here you can see that you have a lot of different options here. See, there's different types of quizzes: practice quiz, grade survey, ungraded survey, assignment group. Let's see. Here's all the different assignment groups. See, there's co-curriculars, peer groups, class discussions, co-curriculars. Have to check that out. We might be able to. Here's journal assignments, daily assignments. Oh, that's right. That's right. I made these up. Sorry. You can make any of these up that you want. Okay, these assignments are actually things that I made up for categories that I made up for um, grade points. Okay, so these are the graded categories. It's going to say, wow, they have co-curriculars in here. Okay, so and here you can see you can do cool things like you could in Angel, shuffle answers, time limit. Okay, allow multiple attempts, which I actually did later on in the semester, and then you have to set it back again. So after a certain, once we got toward the end, I actually let people try to make up some points toward the end, but then I had to set it so that they got less points, so they got like half points and stuff. Okay, so here you can set up what you want students to see, and I always have like little explanations and stuff for mine. So I want them to see the quiz responses, and I want them to read it, because if they get it wrong, or if they get it right, there's like an explanation about it. So I try to make the quizzes an opportunity to teach and for them to learn. Okay. And here's where you have the assignment date. Okay, so assigned to everybody. You can also go on in here and just like assign it to certain people. Okay, and when you have like a whole class, you can assign this to like people who basically have not taken it yet, and they will actually show up on that list first. but this available from, this will show up on your calendar. You'll see how Canvas is set up. It's kind of like a um, it's set up around temporal events. It's kind of like a calendar temporal event centered service, okay, or when you're talking about a learning system, it is a temporal learning system. Like that's how it's set up. Everything's set up around when things open up, when things are due. Okay. And so here it tells you how big the window is that this is available for students, and we'll look at that in a sec here. Okay, same thing here. This tells you when it's due. This, however, is something that basically the students see as a due date, and then this tells you when it's actually possible for students to submit it. So you can actually, like for these quizzes, for these reading quizzes, like I don't allow them to submit it. I don't allow them to submit reading quizzes after the class begins on the day that they had to read it. Because that would defeat the purpose. So they have to submit it before it's done. Okay, then after that, if certain students had excuses or something, then I go up here and basically I click add. And if I click add, see, I can assign a new date to students who didn't take it. Okay, and I can come in here and add it to students, and they basically will, the students who weren't assigned, see here, these students weren't part of this, because these students actually don't show up under the course thing, because they're for whatever reason they like show up different. Okay. Oh, because everyone else was editors, and when I first put Janice in, she wasn't entered as, I like messed up, and I entered her before I changed her status, before I set her status, and so she went in as something other than an editor, and so she shows up there like a student would. Okay. And then you click save, and it saves everything. Okay. If you go into the questions here, you can see the questions are, like just the same. If you click on the edit here, see how it has, you put the question here and you see how it has all the HTML, word processing stuff, and it gives you like a bunch of different types. This is just multiple choice, and you do this as you go along. You like decide what goes in and what doesn't. You assign points to it. You can have a lot of different things. See, true, false, fill in the blank, fill in multiple blanks, multiple answers, multiple drop downs, matching, numerical answer, formula question, essay question. Okay, and here you can put like a lot of stuff in there. Okay, then you can add another one. Okay, I'm gonna press cancel because that gets us out.